Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. Like and subscribe real quick, or you'll never find true love and be alone forever. Water slides are great and all, but waiting in line at the park is a bummer. That's why these maniacs decided to take matters into their own hands and build these insane slides right in their backyards. Hang around for the end because we've got some videos that you absolutely won't believe.
Hey, who's next?
What's better than one slide? What about a little slide that shoots you out onto a bigger, more ridiculous slide? These geniuses saw the movie Inception and decided to apply what they learned from it to their backyard water slide. The kid going down this thing picked up more speed than he thought and ended up smashing into the fence at the bottom. I'm gonna blame the parents on this one. If you're gonna build a giant slide for your kids, maybe you should make sure there aren't any fences in the way. This looks like a ton of fun, but I'd probably put on a suit of armor before jumping on. 3 dudes on an inflatable flamingo getting pulled down a slide by an ATV? This sounds like the beginning of a joke, but really, truth is funnier than fiction. The dude up front gets yanked off the bird and dragged all the way down the slide by himself. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but I'm so happy they tried it. Vehicles and water slides don't mix well, and this dude learned it the hard way. This chick manages to get taken out by the slowest and easiest to see giant duck ever. Like, I don't even know how she managed to be this unaware. If I see a massive yellow duck headed my way, I'm probably gonna try to move before it's right on top of me. Not this girl. She's somehow completely oblivious to the fact that she's in the way of the slowest freight train of all time. Somebody please take this lady to an eye doctor. Just don't let her drive herself there. You think these are crazy? Nah, this is nothing compared to what's coming up next. Nothing says fun summer day like running over your kid on a water slide. This dude is out of control like a dump truck on ice, and that poor kid didn't stand a chance. He tried to pick her up on his way down, but still ended up smashing into her before he could get her out of the way. They should have hired a lifeguard for their barbecue to make sure the slide was clear before he went down. I mean, you'd think that he could see that for himself, but now his kid is gonna have nightmares about the time her dad turned into a human rolling pin and almost flattened her. Knocking a hole into the side of your house isn't the purpose of a water slide. Somebody should have told these rocket scientists that before they started this genius plan. Luckily, I think this lady hurt her dignity more than the house itself. Still though, this was doomed to fail from the start. At least they recorded it so we could learn from their mistakes. Remember guys, if your water slide ends at a wall, you've already messed up. These dudes watched one too many Fast and Furious movies before their barbecue and decided they'd race down this crazy slide. Obviously, it ends in disaster when they both smash into the pool at the bottom. One of them even goes flying into the bushes after he wipes out. This is why you should always bring a helmet to a party. You never know when someone is going to challenge you to a water slide death race. Always be prepared for a Mad Max style confrontation when you smell burgers on the grill. Oh, you want more? Well, we've got more. Stick around because we're turning up the heat. I'm all about putting a ramp at the end of your slide, but maybe you should have a softer landing zone than a tree. I don't know if you know this, but trees aren't soft at all. Go ahead and punch the nearest tree and find out and see what happens. Actually, don't do that, unless you want a broken hand and enough splinters to make a bonfire. This dude went from having the time of his life to needing a ride to the hospital real quick. Remember what I said about the suit of armor earlier? Yeah, it still applies here. See, these people had the right idea. They've got their massive slide set up with a ramp that leads straight into a pool. Well, it's supposed to end at the pool. This chick miscalculated her jump a bit and goes flying over the pool and smashes into the ground. She even does a pretty sick slide at the end, but it's definitely not a home run. Her whole body is going to be more green than the Hulk after this stunt. What do you call a fail that ends in success? A sail? Anyways, this dude tried to drop onto the slide with a board like he was Tony Hawk, but immediately wiped out. Good news is that he actually managed to land in the pool at the end. That should help ease the pain of failure a little bit. I don't know if he's brave or dumb, but the end result is great either way. Nothing like a professional backyard stuntman wiping out to really get the party going. Alright guys, we're getting into the really wild stuff now. Strap in, cause this is about to be a wild ride. This next dude is going nowhere, but he's going there fast. He took a look at Sonic the Hedgehog and said, that's nothing. I think this dude installed nitrous on his boogie board. That's the only way he could have got this much speed. His crash is even more impressive than his slide though. This dude flips and tumbles around like a race car that popped a tire. Sometimes you can fail so hard that it circles back to being a success. It's rare, but I think this dude actually achieved it. What a legend. Jumping off your roof is probably not a good idea, and it turns out that sliding off isn't so great either. Check out how hard this dude body slams the ground after launching off this giant ramp. We've got another case of a good plan with really bad execution. This dude is brave, but I'd rather be smart. Next time, you might want to test out the location of your pool before yeeting yourself off the roof. Just a thought. Too fast, too furious. Turns out that raging down a slide is pretty much guaranteed to end with something breaking. Either your bones, or in this case a fence. This dude wasn't even going that fast, but still couldn't stop himself from running straight through the fence like he was cosplaying as the Kool-Aid Man. Ooh, I'd hate to be their neighbors. Imagine you're just chilling in your backyard when all of a sudden some drunk frat bro crashes through your fence and starts bleeding all over your grass. Not chill. Not chill at all. This is about as close to total disaster as you can get. If this dude went just a little bit further, he would have ended up smashing into the giant piece of wood at the bottom of the slide. Here's an idea: start putting your pillows and stuff at the end of your slide instead of things that'll turn your bones into sawdust. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of walking on crutches. Plus, if you're in a cast, you can't go on any more slides, which is the biggest travesty of all. Okay guys, it's time we get to the best videos yet. You're not gonna believe what you're about to see. Evel Knievel has nothing on this dude. This backyard daredevil drives down this slide like an absolute maniac and tries to commit vehicular manslaughter against his wife who's at the bottom. This is pure chaotic energy right here, and I love it. Nothing like a good old-fashioned divorce to kick off the summer vacation with a bang. Somebody needs to hide the keys of all of the real vehicles. If this dude gets out onto the road, we're all in serious trouble. He seriously turned his backyard into a Mad Max sequel. Okay, these dudes know how to hedge their bets. They built a giant slide and knew that if they messed up the landing, they'd be in for a rough ride. That's why they made the 1000 IQ play of putting down 2 pools instead of 1. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys designed rockets in their spare time. This is the biggest brain move I've ever seen in the world of backyard water slides. If you're gonna build a slide this summer, take notes from this video. Don't think of it like homework. Think of it like saving yourself from taking a ride in an ambulance. Okay, this one is absolutely ridiculous. What do you get when you combine heavy machinery and a bunch of wet tarps? That's right, pure uncut water slide insanity. These mad geniuses built a circular slide and then put an excavator in the middle with a rope attached to the bucket. This kid looks like she's having the time of her life, but this thing is so sketchy. I can appreciate the ingenuity though. I know I've never seen anything like it. But sometimes there's a reason something hasn't been done before. Like the fact that if you make one wrong move, your kid will be wearing a full body cast all summer long.